What's up, y'all? It's Trent Sanders, and you're tuned into the infamous Living Room Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. So, I gotta let this off my chest. I gotta tell you this. I was having this discussion with a friend of mine today, and it was something that I wanted to talk about earlier, but I wanted to give you guys a topic earlier that I've been wanting to give you for the past 3 days. So I had to put that out first before I put this out. But I want to tell you the truth about other people's lives. I want to tell you the truth about other people's lives. Now, this is going to be stone cold, real, authentic, genuine, raw, uncut, unedited information. Okay, so I mean, it might not always be the prettiest information, but it's definitely gonna help you out. It's definitely gonna give you a better understanding of your life and how to go about living your life, the best way possible. Cause I'm gonna tell you some true stuff, and I'm gonna break down a whole lot of things that's going on out here and how you need to stay centered, folks. And this is why I talk about energy a lot, and this is why I talk about manifestation a lot because the truth is, folks, you are a creator. You are creators. We're all creators. Everybody is a creator. Like everything that we see around us got here from the mind and the thought of another person. Like, you know, this freaking tripod got here from the mind of some person or whatever who thought about it before they actually created it. This freaking charger here, everything except for nature came about through thought, and then it was manifested into like real life from someone who actually believed that they could bring what they saw in their mind to real life. That's the world we live in. Like, we live in a world full of people who are creators. Some people don't know they create in their life. I mean, the truth is real. Some people have no idea that they are creating their own life. I know that sounds hideous, but it's the absolute truth. But that's why we have this thing called spiritual awakening, this thing called consciousness, where we actually, we are brought to our senses about like what's really going on in our lives. And that's why we got here in the first place. I mean, once upon a time, I didn't know that my everything that I was saying out my mouth, everything that I was like doing, like action wise, behavior wise, towards other people, how I was reacting towards other people. Once upon a time, I didn't know that this was actually creating my life either. I thought like I just came into the world to just live life, like do 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 do. I hate you. Do 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 do. I love you. I hate you. Like, I just came into life thinking that I can just do anything I want and I would live like this marvelous dream life. But it started to capsize on me when I started to hit like, brick walls and go back down to ground zero again. And it's like, why am I not getting anywhere? And I'm pretty sure you felt the same way. And that's why you're here as well. But first things first, go ahead and subscribe over here, folks, if you're not subscribed to a channel. We are the Realm team, and we're all about making ourselves better so that we can make other people's lives better and the world a better place. So if you believe in that philosophy, go ahead and subscribe with us and, confirm me by pressing thumbs up, folks. Peace and blessings. Glad you are here. And so, always keep in mind that you are a creator creating your whole life and your reality. You know, like if you tell somebody, like, if you just walk up to a random person and be like, hey, do you believe that you're creating your life? 9 times out of 10, folks, they're going to say, huh? They're going to probably be like, what? Like, why you say that? It's going to always be some off the wall answer because most people do not know that their behavior, their actions, their words, the way they think in the morning about, what they're going to do today, they don't really have a clue of as to like them creating their own life with just, their living standards. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not common, and common sense ain't common either, and so, there's a lot to be thankful for, and there's a lot to be thankful for, and we have to just realize that the God that we seek is already within us. And I've been explaining that, this week and whatever in some videos that I made. But I just really get tired of seeing people who are, blaming their faults on other people and stuff, like blaming their faults on, the environment, or it wasn't the right time, or, oh man, I want to go get this job, but nobody's hiring. Okay, like go try somewhere else. You know what I mean? Go try somewhere else. There are millions of places out here that are hiring. You just have to seek and you shall find. Like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pass this interview. Why aren't you gonna get the job? Why? What's gonna happen at the interview? I just don't know. I don't feel comfortable. Why don't you feel comfortable? Haven't you done this before? Haven't you worked somewhere before? Yes, I don't like interviews. Well, you don't like yourself. It's not that you don't like interviews. You don't like yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes down to the love of the self, I think that a lot of people got the wrong philosophy about what it means to love yourself. I mean, it's just like me. Like I was taught I wasn't taught by my like one individual person. I was taught by TV. You know, just peers around me, people that I didn't know, things that I saw people do. That's how I was taught because I have always been like a listener. And that's why I know so much nowadays because I just like to listen. Like I just tune in to like the world and what's going on around us. Like, and I just study people moving and stuff. And like I just be like in my mind, I'd be like, why he do that? And I just think about it and I look at her and I'd be like, why he why he smile like that? What made her smile like that? I just is such a nerd. I'm just such a nerd. And folks, when you listen though, that's when you learn the most. And I'm pretty sure you can relate. You can vouch for that, right? Thumbs up, folks. And so, it's funny because you got some people who think they know everything and they always talking and they always trying to tell other people how to do things. And then it's like when you look at their life, they don't have nothing to show for it. Don't people like that just get on your nerves? Just like they always talking about what's the best option, how to do this, and how to do that. Sounds a little bit like myself, huh? I'm just joking, but nah, seriously, you get my point though. You catch my drift though. So I'm saying that all this to say this, folks. Listen, you got to start becoming the type of person that pays attention to your own life. You gotta release. Look, you gotta release all self guilt, all self guilt. Cause what that's doing is that's polluting your vibration. The whole objective is to stay in a high vibration, stay there. Because when you're in a high vibration, you have a high level of energy, and when you have a high level of energy, you're vibrating super fast and you're super happy and excited and things come to you because for the simple fact that you're super excited, you're smiling, you're happy, you're radiant, you're bubbly, you're cheerful, and everybody wants to be around the energy. Things just come to you in life if you are in this energy. Have you ever noticed when like some days you're having like a really bad day, right? And it's like you notice everybody else having a bad day. You start hearing people saying, I'm tired too. You start hearing people saying, why I don't want to be at work. I'm about getting on your best friend be like, man, he's getting on my nerves. Who, baby, who? Don, he's always texting me while I'm at work. He just insecure. He knows I'm here, and you just notice and pick up on all the negative things when you're having a bad day. You know why? Because it's your perception. The truth is, reality never changes. It's always in a flux. It always is either happy or sad. Whatever you choose to perceive, that's what life will be for you that day. That's why it's very important. And I always say, wake up in the morning and tell yourself how great of a day you're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? And man, I go around some people and I just am in awe because they are so happy. And it's like so contagious because it's like when I'm not that happy, it's like I want that happiness. It's like I want that happiness. I have to have that happiness. And so, when people come around you that are like that, don't you want to know all about them? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Are you special? I mean, I wonder how many Instagram followers you got. You be asking yourself this stuff in your mind. You be like, I want to exchange numbers with you, but I just don't want to ask you that. But you're smiling all hard and stuff. You must be somebody special. You must be somebody special. I want to hate you, but I don't want to hate you because Trent just told me to start doing this positive energy thing. So I'm going to smile. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, it's contagious. It's charismatic. People love it. You know, it creates waves of energy around you. That sends vibrations and chills through people when you have like this high electric energy. You can literally shift the atmosphere when you walk into a room extremely excited. It's like everybody they just straighten up. They just like, pop their collars and stuff. All the ladies fix their hair and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they stand up and they got manners and things. You know, when you go in there smiling like that. But always make sure you stop paying attention to other people's lives. This is a main killer. This is a main killer in our society, and why so many people cannot focus on their God given gifts and God given talents and their purposes and stuff, because they're always spending their time looking on Facebook, looking at people's profiles, like constantly just looking at other people. Constantly just looking at other people. Wake up in the morning, the first thing most people do is constantly scroll down the news feed on Instagram and see what other people are doing. You know, most of the time, most people make phone calls to talk to their friend. 9 times out of 10, the phone calls they're making to their friend is about other people. It's about other people. Most people go to the stores and they're buying outfits. You know, it's to impress other people. It's all about other people. You know, nowadays I'm looking around at some of the most beautiful women on the face of the earth, and they're all, you know, got all this makeup on and they look all good, which is crazy great. You know what I mean? But it's like most of the time when you look at their pictures, you can feel the energy that they're doing it for a sense of getting acknowledgement from other people. Other people. So you have to, this is how you have high level of energy too. Stop focusing on other people. It might sound selfish, but you got to start loving yourself more than you love other people now, folks. You got to start taking, it's called taking, you know what, my older friend used to always text me, much older than me, like 20 years older than me, used to always text me, Trennis, take care of yourself. Trennis, take care of yourself. Now, at the time when they started texting me that, I always thought it was like you just trying to like you trying to download like diss me, ain't you? Yeah, I know, but I ain't never text nothing back. I'm like, trying to download diss me, like I ain't gonna take care of myself or something. Like I'm gonna just be out there doing all kind of crazy stuff. You thinking about me and the girls or something like that? Oh, okay. I ain't never say that though. You know what I'm saying? But I grew to realize and discover the only reason why they said that was simply because they knew what self love was all about. Self love is real. If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. You can't love nobody else. And I don't know if I said this in another video, but I'm gonna say it again. But that we live in a time where so many people are trying to find self love on the outside of them in other people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a person has to have another person to feel validated for the love that they don't have for themselves. When all you got to do is stop focusing on other people's lives, they're going to be there. People are never going to go anywhere. They're always going to be there. Okay, they're always going to be there, but you have to understand what this energy thing is all about. And if you don't have no energy because you're always giving it out, giving your attention, your mind, your vibration out to other people, if you're always giving your energy out to other people, you're never going to have any high vibrations ever. You're going to be dull, you know, you're going to be foggy, you know, you're going to be everything that is not shiny, you know, and you're just not going to have any light about yourself. You're not going to be full of light. Your flag is going to be on half stat, you know, your life will be half ass. You know, and you're never gonna find your purpose. You never find your true gifts, because you have to look on the inside to understand all this stuff about, you know, why you don't feel like, or put it like this, you got to look on the inside to understand, you know, like for instance, why you can't attract a certain person that you might want to attract. Okay, you don't attract a certain person because you don't even know who you are. When you know who you are, you will know exactly what type of person you are attracted to. All that changed for me. All that changed for me. Like I told y'all in a couple videos, I mean, a video a day ago, whatever. I told y'all once upon a time, you know, when it came down to the opposite sex and dating and stuff like that, I was just always like in the air with it. Like, you know, I was just always like over the place, like real sloppy, like real sloppy. Like everything that I seen, I tried to match myself with it. You see what I'm saying? Like every female that I came across, I tried to jump in her face to see if she likes me. You see what I'm saying? But it's like the more I understood who I was as an individual on the inside, the more I begin to love myself for my flaws. The more I begin to love myself for all the good things about me. You know, all the little messed up things about me. How like one ear is floppy over this side than the other. You know what I mean? How like my jaw structure is kind of crooked. You know, I started to love all the little bad features about myself. And then when I learned that to love all the bad things about myself, I started to understand how to love all the great things about myself. And when I learned that when I taught myself through learning to love myself, then I began to understand more about what Trennis wants. So you'll begin to understand more about what you want if you do what I'm telling you to do that I did. You know what I'm saying? And so I finally got to a point where I realized exactly what type of people I'm able to cope with, exactly what type of females I'm able to attract myself to without even having to really do anything. And so you just narrow everything down to like this much, and you have to work, less hard to actually obtain it now. When you trickle it all down to just you simplify your numbers, you get a one individual life path number, right? When you simplify the equation, you get one number. Like when you simplify all of the things about yourself, you start to see who you truly are, and you start to know exactly what you're capable of, and exactly what your abilities are, and exactly the type of people you need to be around, and exactly how you need to go about behaving when you get around a certain people based on the energy that you feel from this group of people. You know exactly what type of places you want to go to have fun at. You know exactly what type of bars. Once upon a time, I'm gonna just tell you this. Listen, it was even a couple days ago, right? I would just, I'm out by myself a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm so self-loving. I'm not doing it to like step on anybody's toes or to be like I don't like nobody or nothing like that. I just understand that energy is important, and if I want to keep energy high, I have to make sure that I protect and I keep my energy to myself versus being so needy. Like, I need you as a friend. I need a man. I need a woman. I need it. If I don't have it, I can't survive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get out of that thinking, and so now it's like I have more fun when I'm going out by myself and I meet people like that. You know what I'm saying? I have more fun when I'm by myself at this point in my life because um, for so long I was just always meeting the wrong people and I wasn't treating them right. And so I knew that if I wasn't treating them right, it had to be a problem with myself. And so I started to learn myself and so on and so on and so on and so on. But I went to like I went to like 5 or 6 different locations, like outings or whatever, from lounges. I don't even go to clubs like that, but actually went to a club this day. I went to a club, and I went to a bar, and I went to like an arcade and whatever. I went to all these different places, right? Didn't know what I was doing. I was just like trying to just get out and just take a fresh breath of air and whatnot. And so when I had got back in, I sat down and I observed like everything that I just did in past hours or whatever. One thing that I observed was there was some places that my vibration didn't like to be at. There was some places where my vibration loved to be at. There was some people in clusters in groups that I noticed that I should not have talked to, but I went and talked to them anyway. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that there were some things that I said that I should not have said. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can relate, right? Sometimes you wake up in the morning after having a like really interesting, exciting night, and you just try to think of all the bad things that you did. Like, who toes did I step on? Did I cuss anybody out? And you use this, and you tend to use this to validate your day to day. And I gotta tell you, folks, that's not the right way to do things. Um, I'll tell you in a second here, but you have to get in a habit of even knowing what type of environments you are able to go to. You know what I mean? Like you have to just be very knowledgeable of your energy and where you function the best. Once you start learning the energy of who you are as an individual, everything changes. Places you go, people you hang around, everything that you say, the right time, right place. eating habits. You don't even eat certain foods at a certain time anymore because you know your body will reject it. Your body doesn't like it. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, I don't even eat breakfast. I drink water to get my body pumped up because it's like water to me is like my gas. You know what I mean? I got to put the gas in the car in order for the car to function right. I got to put the oil in the well in order for the well to function right. You know what I mean? And so it's like I got to take care of my body the way I know how to take care of my body. And I'm not focused on other people's lives. I'm not focused on like looking at other people's lives and trying to live my life through somebody else's soul. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna end it off like this. I'm gonna end it off like this, and it's not negative energy. It's actually positive things that you can learn from. But just know that we live in a society where there's so many people who are not on the infamous Living Room Network, which is why you should share this video. And they are just looking at other people's lives and taking on the things that they're doing and making it something that's a part of them. Like for instance, you got very popular career paths nowadays. Like that are very saturated for the simple fact that most people are living their lives by looking at somebody else's purpose and thinking that it's their purpose too, and it's like I can do that too, and then they jump into it, and it'd be like, like it'd be like not real, it just be like fictitious, it'd be like really deceiving, and it don't even come off right, and you just wonder like why is so many people in this career path because so many people don't really know who they truly are. Like, and that there are millions upon gazillions of careers out here that you can get into only if you are able to tap inside the reservoir of who you are as an individual to see that you're not like anybody else. You know what I mean? And this this is the last thing. I keep going on and on, but this is the last thing. Even in your belief system, folks, even in your belief system, do not be so quick to jump on the bandwagon of people's opinions. You got some people out here who are very obnoxious. You got people out here that are egotistical. People that are full of pride. You got people that are full of jealousy. People that are bitter. People that are full of resentment. I know a whole lot of people that's full of revenge. You got all these different types of people out here, and that most of them are jacked up. You're like the 1% that I always talk about. Most of them are so jacked up. And what they will try to do is they will try to get you to be a part of their negative energy, because that will help them feel good about who they are because they're vibrating at such a low rate. So low energy people like to try to put their opinions in your mind and their beliefs in your mind in hopes that you will agree with them because all they got to do is get that agreement. Once that agreement is reached, boom, now you are part of their energy. Now you are a part of their energy. You know what I'm see what I'm saying? Like it's just like when you watch television and you watching like Sports Center or something, right? You watch the Sports Center. They back and forth to arguing about who dribbled the ball wrong. They back and forth arguing about why they missed the shot. Now this you been sitting there watching it. What you gonna do with your friend? Yeah, man, yeah. Now you have taken on the belief of two people who have their very own opinions. They're just putting it out there so that everybody can hear, and you're choosing whether or not to take on the opinions of what these individuals are saying, and you probably would because you listen to what they're saying, and you taking it and transferring that energy to your friend, and so now you have taken on the beliefs of somebody else, and so this is not only just on sports centers, but this is life. Period. This is life. Period. So many people are so quick to just give in to the beliefs and the opinions of others without asking themselves first. Ask yourself first. Believe in yourself first. Know thyself, Rim Teamers. Know thyself, subscribers. Know thyself. Know thyself. Many times, folks, you're gonna need to say no. Don't be scared to say no to people. If you don't want to go out, hang out with people, if you don't want to agree with the things that they're saying, say no. If you don't want to eat the food that she cooking and she think it's good, just say no. I don't want it because I don't like it. It don't taste good. I mean, it will feel uncomfortable because, like I said, most people are not accustomed to this way of thinking on this one track mind, this linear mind where it's like you're conserving your energy and you have self love and you don't have any guilt. Most people will try to vouch for people just to feel like they belong to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Most people will just say, "Yeah, I agree," just to make another person feel good. But you got to be separated from the sheeple. You got to be separated from the sheeple. You know what I mean? And you got to be your own individual. and have your own philosophies and your own beliefs and live your own life and create your own reality. Because, like I said, the Creator has instilled into every individual their own uniqueness, their own thoughts and theories and beliefs about their own reality and things that He put in their heart. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what you got to do. You got to start believing in yourself, believe in your dreams, believe in your goals. Don't give people your time if you need your time. If you need your time to yourself, live in your time. Live in your moment. If you know that you don't need to be around nobody and you can't trust nobody right now, focus on yourself and getting your inner self right, your inner person right. That way when you start having this real love about yourself and your energy start getting high, and people be looking at you like, why you walking like that? Cause I got confidence. Why you looking? Oh, I know why. Cause that energy got you looking. That energy got your focus on me. You know what I mean? That energy of food, boy. That energy is a food. If you got that confidence and that energy, man, people ain't gonna be able to stand you. And it's not that they can't stand you, it's that they want what you have because they lack confidence. They don't know who they are as an individual. And like I said, this video is not this hate on nobody, it's not this step on nobody, but I have to say some of the things that are not pretty in order to get you to understand about self-love, and self-development, because it's all about, like I said, making yourself better first. It's first things first. Before you help anybody, you gotta help yourself. Come back to yourself. Come back to the self. Make yourself better. And then when you start making yourself better, you can do just like I did. I got on a camera and I started making videos because I had made myself better. Then I started making other people's lives better. It's a rotation, folks. And then guess what we do in return? Somebody said it out there. One of those realm teamers said it out there. We make the world a better place. And that's what we need in our world, is to make the world a better place. But we got to help people understand about self-love by helping ourselves out first. That way we'll know how to treat them. That way we'll know how to handle them. That way we'll know how to understand where they're coming from. That way we won't be able to react all negative when they make just careless remarks and stuff, because they have a low vibration of energy and they are filled with fear and doubt and worry. We don't even got to react negative no more because we know they're coming from a low state. We can keep our energy nowadays. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. I know this was a long video, but thank y'all so much, subscribers, people who've just subscribed. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up on this video to confirm that this video resonated with you and whatnot. And again, folks, if you want me as your personal life coach for whatever profession that you do, for whatever business that you run, business you own, or if you need help finding your purpose, whatever the case may be, folks, I'm a specialist in all areas. I'll be glad to talk to you, whether text message, email, phone, social media, however you want to do it. Just make sure you sign up for Realm Team, which is in the description section right up under this video. And also, if you look in the comment section, you can also find that link. So in the meantime, stay blessed, peace and blessings. Stay focused on yourself. Stop worrying about other people's lives, folks. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.